Imagine waking up one day to realize that the world around you is no longer moving. What would it be like to live on an Earth that has stopped spinning? In today's video, we're going to explore what would happen to the climate, the oceans, gravity, and even human life if our planet suddenly stopped rotating. From unimaginable natural disasters to radical changes in how we live, you'll discover the implications of this extreme scenario. This video goes beyond scientific curiosity. It offers a fascinating insight into how Earth's movement directly impacts our daily lives, sparking reflections on our very existence. Learning more about this not only expands your knowledge but also changes how you see the world around you. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to have days that last forever or to live in a place where the sun never sets? If you've ever wondered what keeps our planet in harmony and how this connects to the life we know, you're in the right place. Stay until the end to understand the real impact Earth's rotation has on every aspect of our existence and what we might face if everything changed drastically. But before anything else, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Earth's rotation is the movement of the planet as it spins around its own axis. This spin takes about 24 hours, which defines the day and night cycle we experience. But the importance of this rotation goes far beyond just regulating when the sun rises and sets. Without this constant motion, life on Earth as we know it wouldn't be possible. The rotation directly influences gravity, maintaining a balanced distribution of forces that keep us anchored to the ground. Additionally, the day-night cycle ensures a temperature variation essential for the survival of most life forms. Imagine living in a world where one side of the planet is eternally scorching and the other is always frozen. Another critical impact is on ocean currents and global climate. The rotation creates the Coriolis effect, which directs winds and ocean currents. These elements are crucial for regulating the climate, distributing heat and moisture around the globe. If the Earth stopped spinning, these systems would collapse, leading to extreme climates and the destruction of ecosystems that sustain life on the planet. If the Earth suddenly stopped spinning, the consequences would be catastrophic. First, we need to understand inertia. Everything on Earth's surface is moving along with the planet at a speed of about 1,037 miles per hour, 1,670 kilometers per hour, at the equator. If the spin stopped instantly, this speed wouldn't just disappear. Objects, people, and even oceans would be violently thrown eastward, resulting in massive destruction. Huge earthquakes and devastating tsunamis would be generated by the energy released in this process. Gravity would also be affected. Currently, Earth's rotation creates a centrifugal force that partially counteracts gravity, especially at the equator. With the rotation gone, gravity would become stronger in regions near the equator, pulling everything even more downward. At the poles, where centrifugal force is minimal, this effect would be less noticeable, but the global imbalance would create new geological tensions, leading to more earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Furthermore, the redistribution of water masses would be drastic. Without rotation, oceans would tend to move towards the poles, flooding vast regions and creating deserts in areas that were once wet. The planet would become divided into extreme zones, one side frozen, the other scorching, with only a narrow habitable strip in between. These instant changes would render the world unrecognizable and extremely hostile to life. If the Earth stopped spinning, the first thing we would notice would be the extreme division between one side of the planet perpetually lit by the sun and the other plunged into darkness. This new scenario would create extreme, almost uninhabitable climates. On the sunlit side, temperatures would soar, turning entire regions into scorching deserts where life would be nearly impossible. On the other hand, the opposite side, always in darkness, would freeze, creating an environment of extreme cold, similar to the most severe polar regions. The atmosphere would also be severely affected. Without the rotation, the winds as we know them would no longer exist in the same way. Instead, air would start moving extremely violently between hot and cold regions, generating gigantic and long-lasting superstorms. These storms, fueled by the thermal shock between temperature extremes, could produce winds far stronger than any hurricane recorded to date. Moreover, the global circulation of the atmosphere, which currently distributes heat and moisture across the planet, would be disrupted. This would lead to the formation of stagnant climate zones, perpetual deserts on the sunlit side and eternal glaciers on the dark side. Rain, essential for maintaining ecosystems, would become a rare phenomenon concentrated in specific regions. The delicate balance that keeps the global climate stable would be destroyed, resulting in a planet filled with extreme and deadly conditions for most forms of life. If the Earth stopped spinning, human survival would face almost insurmountable challenges. The extreme conditions, with one side of the planet scorching and the other frozen, would make most places uninhabitable. The regions between these two extreme zones, in the twilight band, would be the only areas where human life might have a chance. Even so, changes in climate and the environment would make survival difficult and precarious. Agriculture would be the first major victim. With one half of the planet always in the sun and the other in darkness, the natural cycle of planting and harvesting would be destroyed. Without regular weather and predictable rains, food production would become nearly impossible. The few habitable areas would have to adopt advanced methods of farming in greenhouses or even artificial domes, where the climate could be controlled. However, these systems would require enormous resources and would be insufficient to feed the global population. Infrastructure, such as cities, power grids, and transportation systems, would also collapse. On the hot side, buildings wouldn't withstand the extreme heat, while on the frozen side, nothing would function in such severe conditions. Humanity would be forced to abandon most large cities and concentrate in small technological colonies in habitable zones. These colonies would rely on advanced technologies to create controlled and sustainable environments, like domes that regulate temperature, humidity, and provide breathable air. For human societies, this would mean a return to a more tribal and isolated structure. Global cooperation would be difficult, and access to basic resources like potable water and energy would be limited. Life in specific, protected regions, with people adapting to artificial conditions, would become the norm. The collapse of current systems would force humanity to rethink its way of life, with every decision revolving around survival in a drastically transformed world. The idea of Earth stopping its rotation might seem like science fiction, but it's something that intrigues scientists and sparks curiosity. Although it's extremely unlikely that Earth would suddenly stop spinning, the planet's rotation is indeed slowly decelerating over time. According to scientists, this is due to effects like the gravitational interaction between Earth and the Moon, which creates a phenomenon called tidal force. This interaction steals a small amount of Earth's rotational energy, causing days to lengthen by fractions of a second over thousands of years. However, for Earth to actually stop spinning completely, it would take billions of years, making this possibility virtually impossible to observe on a human timescale. Moreover, the gradual deceleration would have much smaller effects than the catastrophic scenario of a sudden stop. Scientists point out that other events, like the collision of a giant celestial body, could theoretically stop the rotation, but this probability is so low that it doesn't present a real concern. In short, while it's an interesting concept to explore in theories and simulations, the scenario of a stopped Earth is not something we'll face in the foreseeable future. In summary, Earth's rotation is a fundamental mechanism for life. It regulates the day-night cycle, stabilizes the global climate, and maintains conditions that make the planet habitable. Without this movement, we would face a world of extreme climates, natural catastrophes, and insurmountable challenges for human survival. Agriculture, cities, and even the way we organize our societies would be transformed in unimaginable ways. This extreme scenario reminds us how invisible natural forces, like Earth's rotation, sustain life in balance. Are we really aware of how much we depend on these subtle and constant processes? By understanding this, we can better appreciate the stability Earth provides us and reflect on the impact that small changes in natural systems can have on our existence. Thanks for watching until the end, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any content. See you in the next video.